Hi, this is Fig2 Q4c, and the way we go about this question, you actually need to learn about how arcs are constructed in a traditional way before the command tangent radius came about. Okay, so to understand how this is done, you actually need to read your notes, page 2-29 and page 2-30, to solve this problem effectively. Okay, moving on to AutoCAD, and the first thing I will draw is the small diameter, diameter 12, and I will draw it, and it is drawn with a hidden line actually. So let me go to the hidden line layer, and I'll draw the first circle. The first circle is a hidden line, diameter 12, so radius 6. Enter. Okay, and actually what happens is that from here, you need to do the offset to find the centers of the other arcs. So the first offset that I will do is the offset of 30 millimeters. I'll offset it by 30 millimeters. Okay, and I will do a second offset, and the second offset is 20 millimeters. Okay, 20 millimeters. Alright, and then the first circle that I'll draw, the first arc that I'll draw is the R15. So what will happen is that I will draw R15 over here, R15, and I know that my second arc comes from this center, and it is R35, and R35 is tangent to R15. Okay, that is something that we know, and the center shares the same axis as the vertical axis. Now what I'll do over here is I will just shorten the center lines so that it is not so messy. Let's say here, this one comes over here, and this one comes over here, and this line, I need to shorten it a lot more, and this one to a lot more here. Okay, now what happens is that to avoid it being too overly messy, I will start to trim it off first. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, I will not trim this because then that will be the whole entire arc that's gone. Now from here, I'm going to do an offset of 8 millimeters. Okay, and this is this is the vertical axis for R21. Right, vertical axis for R21, and this center line is somewhere in the middle, right, somewhere in the middle between here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the length so that it's not so messy like I said before, sorry. And what happens is that the center of R21 lies somewhere along this line, but we do not know where exactly. And this is the part where you need to read your notes on page 29 and page 30, respectively. So how do we go about finding the exact location of R21? To find the exact location of R21, we need to understand that R35 is tangent to R21. And if you were to start from here, the center of R35, and you were to draw a straight line to the point where it is tangent to R21, you'll realize that the difference between the two radius 35 and 21 is 14 mm. Okay, and that if you were to draw a diameter 14 mm circle, right, and let me do that with a thin line. okay, so that we can a radius 14 mm circle. So this is radius 14 mm circle. This 14 mm will intersect this green line at the top portion here, and the point at which it intersects, this point would be the center of R21. So when I go back to my outline and I draw my circle, this intersection here, and I type 21, okay, you will see that this circle intersects R35, right? Is tangent to R35, right? How do I know that it's tangent? Because when I trim it, right, the remaining arc will disappear, but this R35 will maintain, okay? So what I'm going to do is I am going to draw the center line, which is here, for the R21, and make sure that I got this center line locked in. I'm going to reduce this, right? And then what I'll do is I will remove this working circle that I just did. So you can see that I've created part of the blade of the fan. Okay, now there is I'm going to draw an outline and a circle, and the circle is diameter 22, so I'm going to choose the center diameter option. Okay, and the diameter is 32. Enter. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the line that is tangent to R21 and tangent to the diameter 12 over here. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line, and the way to go about drawing the line that is tangent to this circle is you need to press Ctrl right click, and this will bring up the snap settings, okay, options. So you can choose tangent over here, and you select the tangent of R21, and Ctrl right click again to select the tangent option, and you click on this portion here and press escape, so that you have drawn a line that is tangent to both R21 and diameter 12. Okay, it is not a mirrored image, so please don't go and do a mirror. You need to draw another line, and again you need to Ctrl right click, select the tangent option, and this time round the tangent comes from R15. Okay, Ctrl right click, select tangent again, and click on the circle of diameter 12 and press escape. Now at this point in time, what I'll do is I will trim away again the unnecessary arcs. Okay, the unnecessary arcs, which are here, here. If I were to zoom in, it will be here. Then what I'll do is I will do a selection, and yeah, and you can see that this is pretty much what we have for one of the fan blades. Now the tricky bit is that we have to convert this to a hidden line. Okay, now how do you convert this part of this line starting from this point to the tangent point here? How do we convert this to a hidden line? You need to break this line. Okay, so it's under the modify tab, and you need to look for this icon that says break at point. So you select the object that you want to break, then you select the point at which the break will happen. Okay, so once that's selected, if you move over here, you realize that this is no longer connected as one single continuous line. It is broken, and you can easily change it to the hidden line that they want. Okay, so I'm going to do that again for the other line. I'm going to break at point, select this line, and select the point that I want to break, which is the green cross that they have selected for you. And then what I'll do is that I'll select this and convert it to hidden line. Okay, now when all this is done, I have one blade completed totally. I'm going to do a polar array, and what I'll do is I'll select all the features that I require, okay, and then this center line as well, and I'll right click to accept it. I'll select the center at which it will be rotated, and I don't need that many, so I only need 4, okay. And once that is done, I click close array to accept it. You will see that all my center lines are there, my hidden lines are there, and this drawing is done. Thank you very much. I'll see you again soon.